do that, and we should be good. So yeah,
Awesome.
I think we're all set. Let me just double check. Yeah, the audio looks good. Uh, Screen looks good. Everything looks good. So let's go ahead and start our meeting.
All right. Welcome, everybody. While we wait for Salam, if he is able to join, we'll go ahead and start with Ben. Or should we? No, we need to update everybody collectively regarding the move,
Yeah,
the two policies we talked about, right?
yeah, for sure. Go ahead.
Okay. So I think we've had a chance, maybe mostly to talk to most of you, but as we discussed past couple Sundays about us making a move to the EU and being kind of perpetual travelers and trying to transfer all the bank accounts and do everything that way, we came to the conclusion over the weekend that we won't be doing that. So we will be staying in the US. All the bank accounts, we stopped work on that, and we're trying to, not trying, but we're getting the money back because we had transferred money out, and so everything is having to come back to Fidelity. And yeah, we're just working on that. And
Yeah, I think that, along those lines, so we're going to continue the same payment channels or rails that we've been using, which is Fidelity, Chase, and Gemini. The reason that we decided to pull back from it is we found that it just wasn't really going to be feasible to do that kind of expansion right now into the EU. I think there's clearly a need there, but right now that's not in the organization's best interest, and we should stay focused on Ghana as we have in the past, and work through the grant writing process, which is going to take a big effort and a big lift from the organization next year in 2026. And so we will I've rewritten the policy to consolidate some of the discussion that we had in our intentions, so that we can renew that, and the board of directors will be signing off on those in the coming week, and that policy will be shared, obviously in Discord, um, where it will state essentially just this, that we will be changing our position back. So it was a little bit in haste, and we have retracted that and decided that we're going to focus on our current efforts and the grant writing going forward for now, and hopes to expand into the EU in the future.
good.
Yeah, yeah. So that's kind of where that is. I don't know if anybody has any questions or any thoughts. Feel free to share them now. If not, we'll continue. Okie dokie.
Okay. All right, Ben, we will go ahead and start with your priorities that you've been working on.
Okay, so I've been working on some few posts. Um, the first was with the media coverage posts
Mhm.
of Ghana Web and Peace FM Online, which was made on our blogs and also shared on all our social media accounts as well.
Mhm.
The other post had to do with the World Food Day, which I think came as an impromptu, but we're able to put out a post about it since our organization has one of our pillars as food security, and the occasion was about World Food Day, and we've done a lot of events talking about food and malnutrition. I felt it was an opportunity for us to share a post and let people reflect on some of the works we are doing as an organization.
Yeah, I think
Yes,
that's
so
a great effort there, Benny, and a good way, or good on you for recognizing that that was a nationally recognized day, and that we should definitely participate in those, whether they have to do with medical, food, or shelter. So nice work on that.
Yeah, that was great.
all right, thank you.
Hmm.
Yes, the other one was I've been working on is our WhatsApp group, which is the Happy Army.
Uh-huh.
trying to see if we can get as many people who share into our idea in the group, so that they can always share their comments or even share some of the posts we put out there.
Hmm.
Yes, I also made a draft on the post that we would be making about the volunteers for the health professionals,
Hmm.
which I sent over, and I think Elena had a look at it, and she said it was good to go. Yes,
Okay.
together with that, I designed just an image or a visual that would accompany that as well when we are making the post. So, I think
Great.
this week are some of the things
Great.
I've
Benny,
been working.
just so I'm aware, are you using Canva to do that? Or are you using Gemini to generate an image, or how are you doing that?
Yes, I use Canva
Okay, great.
to be able to make sure that all the image it complies with our colors.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think there's a feature there. Whatever image I put up, if it is just an easy image, there's a chance to change the color completely to match with the colors of the organization. So I think that is easier to work with when I'm designing those things. So.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. I just wanted to see if it was something that you were using AI for, or if you were using Canva. I think it's preferable to use Canva because then you have access to all of the icons, all of the proper logos, etc. And that was really evident and done really nicely in the last food image. I noticed that not, you used a little icon. Those things are important because um, they help build our brand. So I think that that's really powerful, and I agree that that's the way that we should be doing it is in Canva. Nice work.
All right, sure. Yes. So I think that's all from me.
Okay.
Okay, and so the letter to the media houses regarding the volunteer effort in Ghana all looks good to you?
Yes. So the next thing Salam and I discussed was on the post about getting a post on the volunteers out, and also a post to pre-inform people about the coming event Project 75.
Hmm.
Yes. So aside that, I think all looks good. But Salam has personally contacted some of the NGOs around. I think he has some of them as
Hmm.
friends, so he has personally contacted them about the event that is coming up.
Great.
Though I think some of them are yet to give a feedback on
Hmm.
their participation. Yeah.
Okay, great. Great. That's great. Abby, you just had one question about the volunteer page, the fact that
Yeah, so the volunteer page on the website doesn't mention anything on Ghana about Ghana, like volunteering in Ghana. However, the WhatsApp group does. And so I was thinking that Ghana should be added, the name, country and whatever added on the website, because then it's kind of conflicting information. If we're really pushing for people, volunteers in Ghana, if US medical people want to join, that's fine, but there won't necessarily be volunteering like every day because we don't can't or find it difficult to make or to do medical events. And so I was just wondering about that feedback.
yeah, so it sounds if I can summarize what Abby said just to get it right in my head, there seems to be a mismatch between the volunteer page that I created that doesn't reference medical professionals in Ghana and the name of the WhatsApp group. And so
Yes.
I don't know if Benny or Salam or anyone else on the call has feedback on whether that should be. I think it should still remain in the WhatsApp group as we've decided to include the word Ghana for Ghana medical professionals. I think is what maybe needs to change is the volunteer page, but I'm open to feedback and hopefully I summarized it correctly for you, Abby.
Yes. So I think that's really it's in line. When I was drafting the post, I had to make sure I include Ghana also, because um people who read it might think it's so general,
Yeah.
and since at the moment we have it in Ghana, so after drafting the post, I looked through and I noticed that there's the need for me to, since the WhatsApp group has Ghana particularly on it, there was the need for us to let it be captured in the post that the group was mainly for health professionals in Ghana. So
Yeah.
I think having it on the blog as well will really align with everything we are doing. So I agree with that. Yeah.
Okay, good observation then, Presidu, and I'll make that change on the volunteer page to say I'll kind of word it so that they know that it's for volunteers in Ghana, but if they'd like to participate, maybe they still can or something like that. I don't know if you think that that's warranted. I'd hate for somebody in the U.S. or someone in the U.K. who has medical experience uh, to be eliminated from the group and potentially answering questions that the group might have because of the word Ghana. So,
Unfortunately, for most US medical professionals, they aren't really just going to give like free advice like that because of their license and because of liability.
I see.
I mean, they'll show up at events in the US because they have a license and they can show up and they practice in that state. But I think, from my perspective, a lot of them are more hesitant in giving advice and information and stuff when they don't, you know.
Okay, so I'll just make it Ghana straight up, unless Benny or Salam or anyone else on the call feels otherwise. Okay, great. I'll make that change.
Okay, thank you.
Yep.
All right, Salam, we see you have joined us. Welcome.
Thank you.
Very good, very good. You want to go ahead and update us with your priorities?
Yes. So I held uh, 3 meetings last week. Both all meetings in Accra with regards to my priorities. Can you hear me?
Yes,
Yes.
yes, very well.
Okay. So my first meeting was with the uh, compliance director of the Registrar of Companies head office in Accra to file our work plan and programs for the next 3 to 5 years. And for the purposes of this um, meeting, we submitted a 5-year work plan, and it was well received. They encourage us not to see the Office of the Registrar of Companies as a body that is there to worry organizations like ours, but to support us in any way that they can't when it comes to our regulatory framework and activities in Ghana.
Uh-huh. Great.
And so, yeah, we were encouraged to submit a work plan every time we have it updated or changed, and that um, we are not required to strictly go by the work plan that we've submitted. If at any time we feel we want to add new things or change our direction or even quit completely, we just need to write to notify the office. And this document, having submitted to them, was going to be gazetted and go into public records for people who may want to query um, with regards to our organization's activities in the future. Such people can write to the Office of the Registrar General through the Right to Information Bill, and the Office of the Registrar General will be obliged to provide this work plan that we've submitted to such individuals or organizations.
Beautiful,
So,
beautiful.
having had that meeting, I was directed to submit same to the Deputy Commissioner of Ghana Revenue Authority for tax exemptions and for tax purposes.
Mhm.
And I had that meeting as well. I have submitted with them. the educated mean the taxes that um, the organization is supposed to be paying, but as a non-profit organization, we're exempted for these taxes. And individual contractors or independent contractors of the organization in Ghana are supposed to meet their tax obligations, i.e., their income taxes, their NHIS, the National Health Insurance taxes, their social security taxes as well. According to the Deputy Commissioner, if the organization was local and was engaging Ghanaians as employees, the organization will be obliged to make some of these tax payments, especially the SNIT and the NHIS, because that will be statutory payments um, for all corporate organizations in Ghana. But the organization itself is exempted from all these taxes. It's also exempted from VAT because we are not a VAT beneficiary organization.
Uh-huh. Can
And
you, I'm sorry, on that note, could you explain when you say we're exempt from the VAT tax, can we just take an example? So as I've traveled to Ghana, obviously, I know that there is a sticker, for example, on the top of a water bottle that says that shows the VAT tax has been paid up to that point, or that I need to pay it, or however that works. But does that mean that when we purchase a bottle of water, we will not be, excuse me, charged that VAT tax, or is that something different?
yes, so the VAT tax usually is I don't know the percentages, but in all it is 21.5%.
Okay.
And as an organization, when we are making purchases,
Uh-huh.
usually the seller or the retailer bears some part of the VAT,
Uh-huh.
and as an NGO, we are also supposed to bear some part of the VAT, and we are issued a VAT receipt
Uh-huh.
for which we will be required to file every year. I
Okay.
think it's about 3.5% for organizations,
Okay.
and in some instances, it even applies to some key employees of the organization. So, for instance, if the director or if the president was in Ghana and is going to buy fuel, and the organization give basic needs is to pay, you will buy, and then they will issue the president a VAT receipt in her name with
Uh,
the percentage applied. So when the organization is to pay, the organization is supposed to declare that percentage. But in this case, as an NGO, we are not supposed to be issued VAT receipts every time we make purchases.
uh-huh.
We are exempted from that, yes.
Okay, great. So just really quick, I'm sorry. So if we have this exempt, let's just say I personally go and buy the water and it costs $1. If Give Basic Needs goes to purchase the water with this exemption, does it cost $1 or does it cost less than $1? Sorry, could you hear me?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, yeah. Did you hear my question?
Yes,
Okay.
so it will, if Give Basic Needs goes to buy, it will cost $1. But
Okay.
for instance, let's use the sanitary pads so that it
Yeah,
will be clear.
yeah.
So, for instance, if Give Basic Needs was to go into a supermarket to buy sanitary pads, we'll get the sanitary pads at the supermarket price, which
Okay.
include a VAT component that the supermarket is charging,
Okay.
right? As an organization, we are buying in the name of Give Basic Needs. The assumption is that we are also going to use the sanitary pad for other purposes, for which we are also supposed to pay VAT.
Aha.
Yeah, but in this case, will be exempted from that.
I see. I see. Okay,
Yes.
that makes sense. So the sanitary pads will cost the same, the wholesale price, hopefully the best price we can get, but we don't have to pay an additional VAT tax when we use the product. That's what the exemption is for, correct? Or I should say
Yes.
when we distribute the product.
When we distribute the product, we are not
Okay.
supposed to.
Okay, great. Sorry to
Because
interrupt.
because when the retailers, for instance, sell the products at the end of the month, the Ghana Revenue Authority will come to the retailing shop to claim its VAT components of the total sales. But in our case, we are going to distribute.
Right. Right. So that will not have to be done. They will not come to us
Yeah,
asking for that VAT tax.
exactly.
Beautiful. Thank you for clarifying that. I wasn't clear on it. Go ahead. Sorry to interrupt.
Oh, no, don't worry. Then my last meeting was with regards to the registration of the Colosi Family Foundation, um, where the regional director insisted on the presence of the board of directors because the same board of directors have been used to register another organization, which is the Give Basic Needs. And then the normal thing is that the board of directors are usually supposed to be present. But for the power of attorney appointing a local manager who stands in for the board of directors, they are able to register for us. But um, because we want to register two organizations, it raised some concerns. So the director insists that um, he would like to meet the board of directors, which I made clear to him that all board of directors are not in Ghana at the moment, and the only time they will be in Ghana will be next year, somewhere April. However, I cannot guarantee that all of them will be present, but maybe probably a minimum of two
Right.
or three. And yeah, so we went back and forth, but we came to an understanding and a conclusion that yes, if we have at least two uh, of the board members present in Ghana to go through some biometric verifications, they could proceed with the registration. So basically, the registration of the Colosi Family Foundation have to be kept on hold until next year.
Mhm. Right, right. That's good information, and so is what we decided in the Friday meeting though was that because, correct me if I'm wrong, Salam or Benny, is that because Give Basic Needs is already registered as an organization, not through this new structure where we're trying to register Give Basic Needs under the Calusi Family Foundation. The current Give Basic Needs registration is able to be used for grant writing and opening the bank account at this point in time. So it hasn't really put the postponement of our grant writing and our objectives in the financial area in jeopardy because of that. Is that correct, Salam?
Yes, that's correct.
Great. Great. So then I had a question for you, Salam, just in general, would you had said that the registration, the biometrics that would be needed from those who attend, will take anywhere, it will take at least a week. Uh, I have a question for you then as to those who are traveling to Ghana in April, who are board members, how much additional time should we allow for if we're planning on doing the itinerary plus the registration of the biometrics for the organization? Is that a week that we should come, or is that even longer? How does that look?
So I think we don't even need up to a week. Maybe a day or two, because we would. So when the board members are in Ghana, we would have a meeting with the director.
Uh-huh.
I think that would be maybe the first day to set the tone and get clarity on everything.
Yeah.
The biometrics verifications, if the network, the only challenge, and I think Ben have experienced, the only challenge when it comes to our biometric system is usually sometimes when the network is not stable. But
Uh-huh.
if the network is good, and all the machines for the capturing and verifications are good, it can take place within a day.
Okay. So, sorry, that
Yes.
first initial meeting will take place then. We should plan in Accra.
No, no, it will be in Tamale, but
Ah,
that would depend on where the director will be actually.
okay. So,
Yes,
I just
because
wonder.
currently the director is taking care of, I think about two new regions plus the northern region, um, northeast region. That is where Ben is from. It's a new region that has no office yet for the registrar of companies, and
Okay.
the Savannah region as well. So because of that, the last time I met him, he told me he's been very busy moving between Accra and Tamale because he has to be reporting for all this region. He's kind of like the caretaker um, director for all these regions. But I'm hoping, as he said, and also the government announced in the last quarter budget, that by close of this year, all these offices will be set up in those regions. So yeah, we should plan that the meeting may be able to take place in Accra, but I think it will highly be in Tamale.
Okay. Just so Salam is what you, if you could, um because you know the process and are obviously working with the agenda for the travel to Ghana, if you could keep in mind that those tasks need to be completed and make sure that the board and this meeting knows of any additional travel that might need to take place because of the biometrics and the registration of the Clusi Family Foundation. Make sure that those are accounted for in the agenda. So if Abbie and I need to come a week early, or Luke does, or Elaina does, we need to know sooner than later because of our current work commitments.
Is it something to where we could, like, say we did, I guess if you get them done, the machine captures it, then you get it the next day. But is there a chance to where we could, like, they don't have to stay? Like, if Elena and Luke need to go, then can we take their cards or pick them up?
Yeah, you mean without getting them captured?
Well, I'm thinking or hoping that they get captured and maybe they cannot stay as
Okay.
long to pick them up. Is that a problem if we take them?
No, not at all. Once they get captured and they so I think here usually if you want somebody to pick your biometric cards or certificates or anything, including license, you just have to issue oh, they call it. There's a term for it. You have to issue an official instruction. So usually you just send a note to the register of companies in this situation that you have instructed so and so to pick up this card or this certificate on your behalf. So and
Okay.
then you would add a picture of an ID card
Uh-huh.
to prove that you have actually instructed the person to come.
Uh-huh.
Because
Okay.
usually they don't give these documents to third parties unless you are present. But if you expressly instruct somebody with evidence, they will give it out to the person.
Okay, so it sounds to me, if I try to recap, it sounds like when we put together the travel agenda, because of the requirements for the biometrics and the registration that's needed of the board of directors, there won't need to be an extension of the travel due to this.
Yes, yes. I
Okay.
don't think so.
Okay.
Because
So
we'll be spending some days in Tamale according to the itinerary we already have.
yeah.
So and once he's aware of us, there's not going to be much waiting time.
Uh-huh.
So we can be able to do this.
Okay, great. Great. Yeah, just keep that in mind that we'll need to do that when we're in Tamale. But that's great work, so I'm figuring all that out.
Thank you.
Hmm.
Yeah, and then the event I already heard Ben spoke about it. So yeah, I think that is all for me now.
Okay, great. And how are the list of uh two things? How are the list of nonprofits that are going to attend the event coming? And number two, how is the medical data entry going?
Yes. So for now, we've had two, I think about three NGOs have confirmed their participation, and that two of them have websites that they are also willing to publish about the event.
Great.
Also hoping that when we issue the story about the program, other NGOs will reach out.
Mm-hmm.
The reason why so far we have not gotten so many of them is because comes with some of them also come with some conditions that we do not think that we should yield to.
Uh-huh.
So, for instance, a number of them have asked if we will give them allowances for participating, and I'm like, no, you are already also doing the same thing. We are just giving you a platform
Yeah.
that instead of you spending money to set up your own event, we
Yeah.
have set up an event and we are giving you a platform to also come and do what you do. But I understand that because um, most of these local NGOs or most of these guys who set up organizations in Ghana, while they might be passionate about contributing to society, they also care about making money for themselves. So I
Yeah.
understand that, but it's
Right.
something that I didn't feel right about. I think myself and Ben discussed that, and we felt that any of these guys who had these concerns should just be ignored.
Yeah. I agree. I think that's the right decision because, yeah, it's just not necessary. Like you said, we're doing them a favor by giving them a platform to either get more donations for their organization in the future or further their mission.
Yes.
Okay,
And with
great.
regards to the data, I think we've entered hundreds of it, although we are not done yet. But once I get to Tamale this week,
Okay.
um, we will continue
Okay, great.
together.
Great. 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 Great.
Thank you.
So, yeah, excellent work. Do we have,
You want to talk about what we have? I don't know why I captured it, but
Yeah. Oh, so is what we're gonna do really quick is I'm just gonna share that we're gonna use this tool called OBS, which is live streaming these to YouTube right now, and this will allow us to use artificial intelligence to capture meeting notes easily, and this will allow the Presido and others who may need to fill in her role, like when Daniel did in the future, to be able to automatically capture those meeting notes, both for this meeting, weekly meeting with all of the board and the Ghana team, but also we're doing it in the name of transparency for the Ghana meetings as well. I hope that everyone finds it useful. And if you have feedback on that, please let me know. What else?
I think that's all that I had.
Okay.
You?
Yeah, I think on the financial side, like I said, I don't know, Salam, if you were there initially, but we're essentially pulling back from our EU position. We feel that it might have been in haste. We are going to take on a big lift with regards to the grant writing in Ghana. And at this point in time, we've reworked the policies that were introduced about future travel to the US and the account management or the accounts that we'll be using for payments. And with that, we've decided to pull back on those so we can continue to focus on the Ghana grant writing effort that's going to be required in 2026. And I think by capturing these meetings on YouTube Live, this will allow us to keep better notes, especially when it comes to grant writing and big decisions that were discussed regarding the tax exemptness of Give Basic Needs in the country of Ghana, and the fact that we are all contractors, none of which are employees of the organization. So we do have those financial changes. We are going to continue to use the original Fidelity, Chase, and Gemini accounts for operational transactions as well as our investment portfolio. And yeah, I can hopefully give an update of our financial status in the coming meeting next week, which will be good for everyone to evaluate where we are. There are no issues with compliance this year, and everything is looking on track. We may be a little over budget, but some of those things are related to some of the decisions we've made and some of the additional giving events that we've done. So from a financial perspective, there's no IRS compliance issues that I'm concerned with as a CFO, and I think that I'll give an update on our financial status in the week to come.
Perfect.
Yeah, and all of our taxes are obviously filed, and all of that is complete. So that is a good thing. We're just focusing on our investment strategy and allowing us to continue to grow our portfolio so that we can further the mission of the organization.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're
Okay,
welcome.
thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. Yeah.
All right. Daniel, did you have anything else?
Nope.
Oh, all right. Ben, how about you?
No, please.
Okay. Salam?
No,
All right. Luke?
Nope.
Elaina?
Nothing from me.
Perfect. Well, we're glad you could join Salam, and connectivity was pretty well. Safe travels the rest of the way home, and thanks everyone for attending. We'll see you next week.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. One last question.
thank you.
I'm sorry. One last question. I want to just get everybody, if anyone thinks that Google Meets is not as effective for a communication tool as Google Meets, I'm sorry. If we've done an improvement with Google Meets, we're trying, and hopefully this is an improvement. Yeah, if you don't think that it is an improvement, please let me know now, and we'll continue to evaluate. But otherwise, I saw Elaina gave a thumbs up. I think that everybody else hopefully feels that this is a better connection strategy for the weekly meetings. Yeah, great, Ben. You agree? Thank you. Yeah, Salam, do you feel that this is a better tool?
Yes, I think this is a better tool, and probably because I'm on Gmail. Even when I get to very low network areas, I was still connected. So
Yeah,
Nice.
great. Excellent. Okay, well then we'll keep with this, and we'll talk to you all soon. Have a great week.
Thank you so much.
Have
okay,
a good
bye
week.
bye.
Bye,
Bye-bye.
guys.
Thank you.
We can do the family meeting here. since you are